dude.
Right. You'd have pinged.
I've just hit the record button. We'll see what happens. I've never done it before.
So I'm not going to record on my phone at all, I don't think. So
no, let's just see how this works. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's not live, obviously. But
no.
Big problem.
Well, that's okay. I mean, yeah. Well, how would we do that if we wanted to do it live in the future?
I'm going to work that out. I think there'll be a way that we could actually just either film the screen or stream this. There might be a link that I can use to stream it into the page or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out.
Sorry, just pinging somebody at work to tell because they're asking where I am.
Right.
Online and.
Are you working then?
Yeah, it's not bank holiday here.
Don't look like you're working.
No, I'm not. I'm sitting talking to you, but I have a computer in the kitchen. I keep hearing it pinging. Somebody's trying to get hold of me, and they just messaged me on WhatsApp now. Say what's going on.
Gotcha.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh. I got Ashley in here as well, so.
Hi, Ashley.
Don't say fuck or shit.
Like that, you mean?
His face.
Are you sleeping in the caravan, you two?
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, I bet.
We're like on holiday, half term, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we had a caravan. We had a caravan most of my childhood, and I'd love to go and sleep there. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's parked out the back of the house. Could have gone out there.
Yeah, it ain't been used, so we've just been out here. How many days have we been out here, Ashley?
I don't know.
Is it cosy and warm though? I mean, you got warm weather, right?
Is it cosy and warm?
Yeah, very cozy.
Yeah, very cosy and warm. Yeah, the weather's good. Sun is shining. There's 1 or 2 clouds.
You got a gas bottle connected up there?
You are?
You got a gas bottle connected up there so you can make stuff in there as well?
I haven't actually, but I'm going to do that later, I think.
Yeah.
Got it connected to the caravan, so sorry to the barbecue.
Wouldn't have to see the missus at all then, would you? Stay in there.
I know. Hey, don't forget we're recording this. I'll show her that bit specifically.
Cool. So what's new?
What's new? What is new? Loads of stuff.
I mean, you wrote a hell of a post this morning, so I guess I read all that and I saw it's a lot about the office space, so that seems to be big at the moment, yeah?
Well, yeah, it's massive, isn't it? It's massive, so it'll be really, really cool to get all the shit in there and start laying it all out. So I don't know if you. So I showed you the picture of the other building that I went and looked at, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm confused which one you've chosen because you said, you originally said you weren't going to do for British Wildlife Tales and Star Valley. You weren't going to choose the one upstairs because the stairs wouldn't have made sense.
Well, that's what I picked.
But then you sent me a picture of the one upstairs, which is empty. But then said you're getting all the furniture, and that was a picture of something downstairs.
Yeah, so the furniture from that, I'm going to do a deal on and have it all moved over to the other one.
Oh, okay. So it's the same landlord of the letting agent, is it?
Yeah, he owns the whole park, pretty much.
Oh, is this the guy that recognised you being Dudley's son?
Yeah. Nice. Talk about serendipity. It was well lucky. We had a right good chat, but just clicked instantly. You know when things are right, don't you?
Yeah. So what are you getting? You're going to get desks and stuff, or? Yeah.
So what he's got, I don't know if I can. On this thing, you can share screen. So I'm going to do that. Oh no, I can't do it. I don't think because I haven't got the pictures on here. I'll show you on my phone. You can see there's a load of stuff, and some of it I probably won't need, but I can just store it. But yeah, on here, basically, other than the business equipment,
yeah,
all of that furniture,
yeah,
he's going to do me a deal on the seats, the desks, and hang on. There we go.
Okay.
Cabinets and everything. These filing drawers and whatnot, although I don't think I need filing drawers for too much, but and I doubt we
buy or to rent the stuff.
No, he said he'll do a deal on it and just let me buy it. But I don't know how much yet. He said $1,000 for it all, and I've said, well, okay. I don't know if I'll be able to afford that, so I'm going to do a deal with him and see if I can get it for like $750 or something like that for all of it.
Have you checked what you'd spend if you went and got new stuff anyway from like IKEA? it's still a good deal. But
Yeah, because the stuff is pretty good stuff. You ain't gonna afford.
yeah, I'm just thinking whether you actually need all of that, or whether you bought just what you need, you'd probably still come at 750 and be brand new.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I can't be asked. If it's all there.
Yeah, that makes sense. How many desks would you have? Like 4?
I think there is. Yeah.
You said 4 yesterday, I think.
I've got to do a list later of everything in the picture. But yeah, he's got one. I think it might be 3 desks actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I think it is 4. Hang on. Oh, I didn't get a proper picture, but yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 desks, about 3 or 4 pedestals, a couple of like filing cupboards.
Yeah.
And there's desks upstairs as well. So there's about 6 desks.
Okay. That's all right.
You know, to get them all for that sort of money.
And the office space would be just that upstairs thing. Will that then be full then with all that stuff, or you got space still to expand and add more?
So I reckon the desks will go down by the windows really nicely. So everyone's got a window pretty much. Well, not everyone, but everyone's got access to daylight. But I'm saying everyone. There's fucking me at the moment. And when you come over, you. So whoever, yeah, you can pick your spot basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the middle, I think is where all of the book racking's got to go in the back, and then I'll probably
Packing table.
say again, mate.
The packing table, did you say, in the middle?
Yeah, packing table. Yeah, post room basically at the front.
Yeah.
That's all that my needs are at the moment is space to keep the books and do all the packing, so I can leave everything out and stop having to get everything out every time I want to do it. So you know, a table for the printer and stuff like that.
Did he say anything about things like signage on doors and things like that? What you can do?
Yeah, I've got to do that. So I had a thought about that yesterday. I was going to talk to you about that because rather than having like individual signs, you can get like a fairly large sign made up, perspex sort of thing, you know, with contoured logos poking out of it.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, it sounds, and it's not that expensive.
I'll put 3 logos on, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, we'll look up at what it costs then, yeah. And then FYA will have to put in some money for it as well, then, yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. Just I'll send it over.
Yeah.
See what you think. But yeah, the company I've found, I've bookmarked it. But it looked really cool. I was trying to get like a 3 individual signs, if you like, and work out the cost. But the 3 individual signs were going to be like 40 or 50 quid each sign. But one big one, probably about A3 size, was only going to cost like 70 quid. And you could have it all on the same one. So, as long as
there'd be space for it as well.
Pardon?
There'd be space for that as well.
Yeah, by the door, by the main door upstairs. And I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have one downstairs as well.
I'll look at these pictures you sent before and see which with the outside. You got an outside picture, did you?
Yeah, you won't see it on there. You could. Oh, actually, yeah, the outside picture.
Which one of the outsides is it? You sent me 2 outside pictures.
Yeah, the big building.
This one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So if you look at the 2 middle skylights.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, and your entrance would be in the one in the corner or the one on the left as you look at it?
The one in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, the one in the corner. And so you go in through there. There's a flight of stairs. I think it's a 3-section staircase. There's a lobby. The lobby downstairs, and then up the staircase. There's a breakout area, which no one uses. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
So he said, no one's using it. It's just a wasted bloody space. I said, well, I could use that. He went, well, feel free.
So is there shared kitchen space and stuff like that as well? Or?
No, it's not shared. You've got your own private little kitchen, about the size of that, you know.
Yeah.
So you've got enough space to make a sandwich and have a coffee and whatnot.
Like a microwave on it, sort of thing as well.
Yeah, might fit. Don't know.
Okay.
If not, you could have a microwave in the corner of the main space, but it'd be ideal if we didn't have to.
No, it'd be nice to put it all in one place. Flipping flying here.
Oh,
yeah. No, Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, look at the sign prices, and if FYA are going to chip in for a part of it as well, then just ping me a message what you want to do. I mean, I'll let you lead it because obviously, 2/3 of it is going to be your stuff. It's not FYA, so
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I've got to do it is because of BWT and SVP. So I don't have a problem with it being with FYA taking up some space in it. But the layout needs to be predominantly sort of led by what the needs are for SVP because they're paying the bills basically. But I reckon it will be a good spot for us to grow FYA initially, and then I think really in the fullness of time it will probably have to be in its own
separate.
part. But the thing is, oh hello,
What?
I've got to plug my laptop in.
Is there other spaces in the same unit that you could move in?
That's what I was going to say. He said
Okay.
quite often there's other space come up.
That'd be handy. You're all choppy now.
Yeah, I know. It's just because I plugged in. One of the things I was concerned about was picking this place and one way or another growing out of it and being in the shit. And he said, look, we don't work like, sorry, Ashley. We don't work like that. He said, we'll set up a lease agreement if you want one, but we typically do it on a licensing agreement.
Okay.
It just means that you and I have an understanding that you'll abide by a certain set of rules, and so will I. And as long as you don't bugger me about, and I don't bugger you about, there ain't an issue. I said, well, I've got no
So
plan.
there's nothing in writing as such then, or
What he'll do is he'll put together an agreement which says there's something in writing, but he said he'll put together an agreement which says that I've agreed to a 3-year term, but with an 18-month break clause.
okay.
Which is ideal for me. But he said the most important thing is if another unit comes up and you're, between those break clauses and it's in my yard and you want to move to it, I've got no problem with you moving straight into it.
Okay.
So by the same token is if we needed to expand it and buy another or rent another unit, we could just rent it and he'd let you have it straight away because he gives first dibs to everyone on the estate if they want to expand or move.
Okay. So sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So, and like I say, the price of it, I think was the price of the unit I've gone for is $6,500 a year plus the VAT, which is about $541 a month net.
Which I have not looked up properties there for rental for commercial properties. Is that good or bad?
Yeah. So if you compare it to the same size up at where was I talking before? Chauntry Mills.
Yeah.
I'm paying well in excess of that.
Okay. And I quite like the location for your business, but also for FYA because it sort of lends itself well to what we do anyway. So be a bit more out of the country. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's on a business park, but
well, I know, but
countryside, yeah.
It's not smack bang in the middle of Haverhill town centre, it's not High Street, so.
Right, yeah, which is in itself possibly a downside because you're not located for snack bars and whatnot. But there's a snack wagon that comes around.
Yeah.
But the kitchen, so I don't worry about that.
Your audio keeps breaking up. Remember, it's you or me.
Right.
Right. Okay, well, sounds good. So what's the next step for you then? Are you signing something or agreeing something? Or?
Yeah, I'll see him tomorrow. We're going to speak tomorrow, so I expect I'll probably go over and we'll sit across a table from each other, distanced, and just work out the numbers because he wants a 3-month deposit, which I've got to raise. Almost there already, to be fair. And then he wants the money for the furniture. So I've suggested already that if we can do a deal on the furniture, then I can get the deposit together quicker.
Yeah, so it's in his interest to do a better deal on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in the round anyway, because he said to me straight away, he said, well, hopefully we can do a deal when I'm sort of parting from him on, when was it, Friday. And he's a businessman and he's in the building trade. So if he said £1,000, I know he's willing to accept less.
Yeah. No, you got a deal to be done there. But is there a backup if he doesn't move enough for it? Can you still take the place and not need all that furniture to start with, but still have the space for you?
Yeah, because I could just move a table in and a chair. I don't need anything
Yeah.
to start off with. I just need a
Well,
couple.
there's only you at the moment, so you don't need the space for the extra employees and me yet.
Yeah.
And then if you moved all the stock in there and used it, you could still go and work from there. But then you could just buy the furniture as and when you need it down the line,
Yeah.
or as and when we need it if it's some stuff coming on.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the ideal thing is that if I get that, then it will be paid for more or less straight away, and I won't ever need to buy. Well, I won't need to buy a lot of furniture, again, because it'll all be there.
Yeah.
I won't need to worry about getting desks in for other people if they join the team or whatever. Yeah, there'll just be loads of stuff. Perhaps I won't need it, but then I can always sell it.
That's the thing. It's like you've then got an asset, and you could sell some of that stuff and fund something else. And there's a big robin sat outside in the windowsill.
Is that big robin?
Huge, great one. It's like a bloody parrot. It's definitely a robin, though. I wish I could show you, but I guarantee the moment I pick the computer up and walk over there, it'd fly off. Great big chubby robin. Yeah, no, you can always sell stuff and either buy better quality if you want, or different style, or do other things. If FYA, we've said, I don't think it's secret, for the recording, but we said a couple of the really cool ideas we wanted for an office, and we could do stuff like that.
Definitely.
So, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
so what else?
I'm quite open to having like a corner of the outside. Sorry, like a what am I thinking? Like a zoned area. So you've got like regular desks down one side, so it's like the box standard sort of office-ish layout where people like the way people like to have things, and then the other bit, perhaps something more like you've got in mind, something a bit more loungy and relaxed. And
yeah, I quite like that sort of that process when you're trying to work. Is you're going to be more productive if you can be how you want to work, as long as you're there doing stuff. So you're not confined to a desk. I mean, everybody can have a desk,
like
and everybody can have a space that they can go to. Yeah, sofa or bean bags, or like the hammock thing, like we said, or something like that.
I quite like the idea. I like the idea.
Yeah.
So I think the situation where you just get all the stuff in there, get it moved in, arrange the desks, and then just move stuff around all the time because there's no walls in the way.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Cool.
Awesome. Be something to do. Not that I'm not.
You had a second change of subject. I think you've not had a second mug turn up, have you?
No. I've still got the one over there. I don't want to look out the window.
See, the post stood there waiting.
No, but having said that, there've been no post on Saturday, no post on Sunday, no post today either. So.
Yeah, but she said she was going to send it only like a couple of days after the last one was sent. So you've had that week now, haven't you?
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Strange. Oh well. I think it's the one. The one I liked was the one you got anyway. So I don't know if I need to necessarily see a second one, but we should talk whether we want to go ahead and do some of those.
Yeah.
What you want to have, how you want it to look.
Hang on. Well, if you're happy with what were you thinking about with this? Were you thinking about just a nice logo with perhaps one of the bits of line art on it or something? I don't know. What are you thinking? Tell me.
I quite like the idea of having something on the inside, because they do inside prints. So either like wording around the inside rim or on the bottom inside base.
Yeah.
And then something quite simple on the outside.
Oh, what, in there, right there?
Yeah, and you can actually, they do offer an option. This all adds up to the cost, but they do offer an option to print on the outside base as well. Like you could put the FYA label on the outside base.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just being a bit too much. It's all adding money to it.
Well, I mean, it's really nice. I love it. I bloody love it. So, and it'll take as long as the colours that are used are right. I think that'll be a cracking little mug.
What do you think of that colour it is now? Because I mean, if you like that colour, because it comes out really yellow on this camera.
Yeah, it's much less yellow than it's yellowish, but it's definitely a lime green.
Okay. Well, if you're all right with that colour, that it makes it less complicated to get something done, because they already do that stock in that colour. So
yeah, well, it's so close to the logo, it's not worth spending time changing the colour.
Okay.
And I think it's something that people will enjoy using. Not an essential by any means, but it's really nice.
What do you reckon on the outside then?
So, what do you think?
you know what I was really thinking originally? And you might say it's a crap idea. Is I was thinking something FYA on the outside, but then on the right and on the inside, find some sort of inspirational quote sort of thing from somebody who's, I don't know, somebody we look up to for outside,
Like a
adventures
John Muir quote or
yeah, something like that. Just as a little quote on the inside or something, nothing lengthy, something really short, something that's quite punchy, or whatever.
yeah,
I don't know, just an idea.
I like it. Yeah, I like the idea. Find one.
Okay.
Find a quote.
All right. I won't put one of your quotes in there.
Yeah. Don't even get me started.
You could put in quotation marks, Simon, that fence electric. Oops.
Mind out. That's like, oops.
Find out that's like, oh shit.
Or perhaps, or never put nothing in your ear that's unless it's bigger than your elbow, like my dad used to say.
That's good. Yeah, that'd be good. We could do that, something like that. Yeah, just something a bit fun, a bit quirky. Don't have to be serious.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have a think about that then. The sooner we press the button and get some, the better, really.
Yeah, we think about the outside designs. Whether you want just FYA logo or one of our other designs we've had for T-shirts in the past, or
I don't know.
one that's event specific.
Draw, maybe like you normally do. Draw something on a bit of paper, and we can then just work on that.
Oh.
Draw a load of mugs on a piece of paper, and next time we come on, we can look at the design.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll do that.
Do it now. Yeah, but sooner rather than later. Yeah, sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
I'm going to write it down. I will forget.
Do you reckon we could get some of them made up?
Like a titanium one, or is it aluminium?
This is titanium, but I mean, yeah, I think titanium is the way to go.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me grab mine back because I have mine here.
Because I know it's possible, but I really like the idea of a chest.
What size is that one?
400, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've got
more than a can of Coke. It's 400.
This is my 400, and that's my 650. Is it?
Yeah.
This size, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one. So I don't know what I pointed, but yeah, I really like the idea of having one of each available because I know how much I value this, and also we can provide the little silicon band so you have lit as well. We can have that in the FYA colours or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like that. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but you know the drill, don't you?
Yeah.
And I use that on my stove because you can actually boil up in it.
Yeah, I do. I use the bigger one on the stove, and I drink out this one normally. But
well, I do this both. I do this both. You know what I mean? But the other thing I was thinking was Stormin Norman Reeves. He's the bloke who makes the Stormin stove system.
Okay.
A little methylated spirit stove with a aluminium, like a windshield and stand built in.
Yeah.
Weighs next to bugger all.
Okay.
Sorry, Ashley. And but I wondered if we could talk to Norman about doing like a bespoke model for us. He only makes them in his garden.
Yeah.
But, it's just sort of
I need to write something down because
Or we could say to it, I'll show you a setup of my one. Or we could say to him, perhaps, this is the mug that we're selling. Can you do us a kit that's compatible with that? And we could just direct stuff and order to his site. So
what's it called? Stormin Norman?
Yeah, Storming Stove Systems.
Stormin. With the G on the end, or is it just IN?
I think it's Storming. Yeah, no G. I think so. But if you do Storming Stove Systems, you'll find it.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, okay. I've seen videos of these ones exactly the same. So it's almost got like a Trangia look to it as well.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very thin, I guess it's aluminium collar that goes around the little fuel burner. And then your pot sits in it.
Various sorts. He does like a cone, and he does.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, the cone.
Yeah, right. Okay, so if you look, there's another one, and you can actually have it tailored to your mug.
Yeah, the mug handle sits in the cone, and so it sits above the burner. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got a random mug what you can do is you can send in your measurements, and the stuff I did with this, send in your measurements, and it comes all in one kit, and you just whack your stove in it. Like there's little pins that hold the stove up and everything. It's really, really good. But if we pick a particular cup that will work for most people, a 400 I think is an ideal sort of size. You could actually just get that spec'd up and just ask Norman, maybe if he's up for it, to just write FYA XYZ mug stove system.
He does the silicon bands as well, it says here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Have a look at his stuff, see what you think, and if you're up for it, I'll get in touch with him, because he's a TGO challenger as well.
Right. So shall I look up first of all a mug like this?
One of them, yeah, and see if we can brand it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do the mug thing first before we contact him, and if we can get a branded mug like that and know the size of it, then we can. Yeah, it's not going to hurt to contact him and say, can we do it as a full kit?
Yeah, I think so, and I think
we can either sell them as an individual mug or as a kit then as well.
Yeah, potentially. It depends what he's up for, doesn't it? It might be that he just wants us to drive traffic to his site, and then I can live with that.
Okay.
And if not, then we can buy a load off him.
Okay, that sounds good.
So, yeah, because I think that'll actually serve people's needs. It really will. It'll be proper useful. Whilst at the same time, when you're at home in your kitchen, you can have one of these as well. So there'll be something for everyone.
I mean, he's got quite reasonable prices. Looking at it now.
Yeah, they're really, really well priced. I've got a couple of his bits and bobs. Lots of people use his gear.
He does a gas-mounted stove, but we've got loads of those already. So I mean, if you stick to the sort of liquid burner ones, then
yeah, that gas one I was watching, it's quite intricate, quite a tricky thing to use. I think
I like my upkit one. My upkit one I love best. So
yeah,
I get on with that.
Yeah, but I mean, he does like a windshield for it and everything else, and it's all right. It's innovative, but he keeps innovating with it. But yeah, it's just a bit finicky, I thought. But I think the rest of his stuff is on point. It's really, really bloody good.
I'll tell you what I did order as well recently. I ordered a Treadlight peg bag.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, the DCF peg bag. I've got one of those, so that's mum and dad's way for me. But also, I was going to order. They do bags for kits. You click on which kit you've got. So if you click on, I've got a out kit 650mm. They've got a DCF bag for that. Fits just that.
With the zip or the draw.
You can choose either a zip or a pull cord.
Yeah.
Draw cord with a toggle.
So
the zip, they do. He does one with a zip as well. It's got a loop on the side of it that you can fit on like a tent pole inside your tent, and then you can drop a torch in it, and then gives you a diffused glowing lamp.
Yeah,
well.
He used to do just a little thing you dangle from like the tent hook in the top. You know, the little clips in the top of your tent.
Yeah.
He used to do just one of those with a little tiny light inside it, and it was brilliant, really, really good.
Yeah.
I think it's just a development of that. That sounds like a really good idea, and I've not seen it.
Yeah, you go on and say it's on the cook pot bit. It's literally you take it out. It's a zip round DCF bag in white, and you then just drop in your head torch, even if you want, and then it fits to your upright of the pole, or whatever, and then it just diffuses the light around the tent. So it's not like a sharp, harsh light.
Yeah, cool. Really like the idea of that.
Nice.
So I spoke to him ages ago about doing a podcast. So I reckon he'd be up for that. We could actually start doing that with this sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. We could get people on to this, because you can put 3 on the screen then.
Yeah.
There's a thought. We could try.
Do 3 ways. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna look up mugs. I'm gonna do a design for the ceramic mug.
Yeah.
Look up the metal mugs or the titanium mug. What else we got to do?
I don't mean. I think really we need to, at the moment, we just need to look at stuff that people will be able to use and value when they get out and about again. Because I don't think that's too far over the horizon now.
No.
I think certainly in the UK anyway, people will be out. You know, they'll be out to overnighters and things soon.
I think I've seen quite a few people are going out back up into the trails and the hills now, just not doing the overnighters and coming back home the same day. So people are going out more.
Yeah. So if we can do that, do something that will be really, really useful for people that either isn't out already or is out already, but we can do a version of. I reckon if we can think about some products for the website that people can get value out of, and that will help us to build up some funds so that we can then put on events that are going to benefit everyone. What do you reckon?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's have a bit of a think offline about what else we can do. I'm quite keen. Some of the stuff we talked about, obviously you can buy elsewhere, but it'd be our thing. But also see if we can come up with something that's, like you just said, like it isn't out there already, or is out there but is not easily accessible, so we can do it.
Yeah.
Both got experience of being out there. What would we find that would be a really helpful little thing, or a helpful item or something as well for us?
Yeah. I think I really like the idea of like something that's out there, but it's not mainstream, but it's really bloody useful, that someone like you or I have come up with that we can collaborate with, so that it gets it a wider audience for that person who's invented it. So, for example, like the tread light stuff, we can then maybe do a FYA branded tread light something, and market that via our website, so that his business gets to benefit, as well as Find Your Adventure and all of the customers.
Yeah, do like a collaboration with some of these other little cottage companies stuff is always a good better thing. I'd much rather do that.
So,
okay. We should think of some of the companies we like. We talked Atom Pact, we talked Treadlight, and people like this. These are people we can contact and start, see if they want to do stuff with us in the future.
Yeah.
So maybe, I've already spoken to Tom at Atom Pact before, but I've never spoken to Treadlight directly about anything. So we can start reaching out to these people. You are?
I've only flicked a couple of messages his way, so.
Okay.
But it's warm. It's not a cold lead. He's up for a podcast, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't float the idea with him.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's this Storming Cook set thing as well as another one.
Yeah, he might be up for it, he might not.
It might. It doesn't hurt to ask, and I'm keen because these are like little UK businesses as well. So
exactly,
it's definitely worth the question, and definitely worth doing some bit, contacting people stuff and seeing what they want to do if they want to do.
Yeah, there's another. We've got Mike Turner, Turner Lightweight 10.
Yeah. Also, we've already met him, so that's good. That's a good lead already. He knows us.
Yeah, and I'll get on really well with him. I've actually got a podcast that's ready to go for him, so I can get that up shortly. I just took my eye off the ball on the podcast side of things. But there's also Valiant Peak.
Yeah, I ordered something from them as well. What did I order from them?
Did you? Was it pet?
Oh, I got my steaks. My what are they called? Eastern steaks, yeah. Pack of 4 of those.
What the hell's an Eastern steak? Yeah, Eastern steaks. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I quite like I like the vibe around that.
Yeah. Okay. There's a good handful of companies we already know that in the UK that we can reach out to. So and they all do something a bit different as well, which is good.
Yeah, I just think if we can support them, it'd be a brilliant idea. And and if we get the benefit, and also the FYA kind of community get to benefit as well, I just think it's a win-win.
Yeah, definitely.
There's absolutely no greed involved anywhere. It's all about helping other people. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start reaching out to people about stuff as well, and touch base with some of the companies we haven't actually spoken to. What?
Touch base. Bullshit bingo.
Look at my finger pointing at your head, Dad.
Yeah, all right. Sorry, Ashley. We'll chalk that one up as one we can't use again. All right.
Okay. It's so offensive to you, but okay. What else then? Oh, that's an idea I had. Maybe it's a bit too much too soon, and I don't know how it'd work and what we could use it for. But an FYA app.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's just like what?
So you just have an app, and then what?
No, exactly. That's as far as my thinking's got at the moment. Is to have an app, but don't know what to do with it.
Well, it could be a content.
It could be something you can download routes from. Not saying obviously you're going to create routes or compete with something like View Ranger and like that. It's like more of it could be like almost like an app digital guidebook to routes in your area. So you put in where you are, and then we could have some suggested routes up. It could also be a merchandise selling opportunity.
Yeah, bro. So hang on a minute. It could be an app that we build with our own adventure routes.
Mhm.
So not, you know, the adventure challenges that we're doing.
Mhm.
It could be like a whole collection of our events that people can sort of take the routes out and use them on a different day. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's something in that.
But there's legs for other stuff as well. I think also if you use it for things like the challenges as well, like, you know, for like the ancient trails, people could use the FYA app on the ancient trail day to track other people doing it. If we sort of build all that in, it's got room to grow into other stuff. It can also be a selling opportunity for merchandise and stuff like that as well. So it could be a whole load of things in it. But it's just you know, I think it's a way we can look at and to go with an app of some sort.
Yeah, I reckon you're right there. I reckon the sensible thing to do there is to use other people's tech to feed into the app, so that we don't have to build it all from scratch, because I ain't got the knowledge. And
No,
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot still to think about then, what we could do with it and how we would do it. But it's just saying, I thought of literally just before the meeting an FYA app. It's like, well, why haven't we got an app to do some of our stuff?
Well, yeah, I remember talking to someone a while back who spoke to someone who's doing a university degree on coding, or some sort of college course on coding, and they offered it to them as their project.
That's the way forward.
To start,
you go to the final year, he's got a dissertation to do, and you say, you know, design our FYA app as your project. You submit it, and it's an actual live business.
Yeah, who knows? It could be something that that develops into that person becoming part of the FYA team. You know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I think that's another thing just put down. I mean, we don't want to try to do too much at once, but I think it's something we can look at. What?
I said genius. Love it.
Up here for thinking.
So yeah, that is. So when you first mentioned that before, yeah, and what?
Most of my suggestions, you think that style. Yeah, and
well, yeah, because they're not in my head, I guess. But then, how good is it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I don't know why we've not talked about it before in this day and age. I mean, everybody's got their smartphone on them. Why have we not got an app to do some of our stuff? And
yeah, as long as we're not just rebadging something else for the sake of rebadging something else, then and it's useful and it's going to bring value, then yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Awesome. Love it.
All right, we've got lots to work on then.
You write it down because I haven't.
I've written a couple of things down. I will add that to the list as well. Yeah.
Yeah, stick it on the list. Stick it on the list. Luckily, we're recording this, so we can always play it back.
I've got memory like a sieve, so I have to look back at it anyway.
I don't know how long we've been
cool.
For, but yeah, are we all good then, or got anything else to?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Brilliant.
What are your plans for today?
Plans for the rest of today are I've got some social media stuff to do, and then I'm going to go get some lunch after that. Do the packing and shipping ready for tomorrow's shipping run for British Wildlife Tales and Shookbop. And other than that, I'm going to work in the garden.
Cool. I think my book turned up at Mum and Dad's the day before yesterday, because she messaged me and said there's a book, and it says there's a parcel here for you, and it says it's come from Carl. So.
Oh yeah, right, on the label.
Yeah. So it's turned up.
Cool. I could have just dropped it in, but it was just easier to print off all the labels.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. All right, mate. Have a lovely day.
Love it. Enjoyed that.
Don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. Well, yeah, no, I don't. There's no fear of that.
How do I get out of this thing? Do you guys stop recording me first before I press delete?
I can just end the meeting now. So yeah, I'll catch you later, mate. Look after yourself.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
See you, mate.
Bye-bye.